Hi, my name is Brandon Walensky, and I would like to thank Shark Tank Industries for considering my proposal for a new line of toys known as the Worldbuilder. The Worldbuilder is a series of toys that takes its influence from two distinct sources. The first is the toy, created by Ray and Charles Eames in the 1970s. The toy was originally billed as the Buildable Expandable World for children. It consisted of a kit of parts that had 4 30 by 30 inch squares and 4 30-inch equilateral triangles. These shapes were connected together via a series of wooden dowels that were then tied at the ends with some pipe cleaners. This allowed for children to explore the use of large-scale structures and ideas about three-dimensional design and geometry. The second source of influence for the Worldbuilder comes from the toys that I played with in the 1990s. Those toys included things like Kinects. Now at the time, the world of three-dimensional design was moving toward a digitized age, and the basics of three-dimensional design were becoming more represented. These ideas are the point, the line, and the volume. Kinects used these ideas to create a series of buildable kits that then were able to relate those ideas to children in a very playful and experiential way, in the form of small models. What the Worldbuilder aims to do is to take the ideas of three-dimensional design that have become digitized and have become more advanced that we know today, and bring it to the idea of Ray and Charles Eames the toy, that is, a buildable kit of parts at a large scale. Now, the object you see behind me is a basic example of what the Worldbuilder has a basic potential to do. That is, a slightly cubic form with some manipulation of the surfaces done. Now, the kit of parts that it comes with are 3 distinct pieces. The first are the surfaces. Surfaces are these tarp pieces. The tarp is double layered, and then 2 pieces of tarp are sewn together to create sleeves. The first layer is a very tactile, very approachable fabric layer. This allows for people to come and have an experience simply by touching the surfaces and interacting with them in that way. Then on the second layer, on the inside layer, we have plastic. This plastic allows for the structural pieces to slide in and out without any harm done to the actual surfaces. The second piece are the actual structural pieces. As I mentioned before, Ray and Charles Eames originally used wooden dowels to create their structure. Today, Today our ideas about three-dimensional design have become evolved as it's moved into the digital age. Where before we simply had the point, the line, and volume, we now have point, line, volume, surface, and the manipulation of those surfaces via the use of splines. Now, to allow interesting manipulation of these surfaces, the structural pieces had to change. They had to become more bendable, and they had to become, or at least more malleable. As such, instead of wooden dowels, what you see behind me is a structure made out of these fiberglass rods, very similar to the kind that you'd find in tent equipment and camping gear. This allows for a very strong structural piece that has the ability to give a little bit. Now, to hold these pieces in place, instead of using pipe cleaners, what I've gone ahead and done was found a simple playful connecting piece. That is, rubber bouncing balls. Now, these rubber balls allow for great tension to be gathered, and it can control a lot of heavy forces done onto the surface. So you can connect these bending dowels into balls like these, and they will hold that surface inside. So the Worldbuilder allows children to explore very large scale. Now, what kind of scale are we talking about? We're talking about a kit of parts that come with surfaces of 4 feet by 4 feet. That's extremely large and allows for a great exploration of the material and of the structure. The material itself could be folded and bent, as you can see up here. This allows for a great different kind of play to occur. Now, instead of using a kit of parts that incorporates squares and triangles, the Worldbuilder aims to utilize the geometries found simply in the square. The square allows itself to be folded in half into triangles and can itself be used to explore those ideas of geometry. Now, the Worldbuilder also expands from Ray and Charles Eames the toy by the way that it connects. While it still maintains the connections at the border at the very edge of the piece to allow for the maximum structure, it isn't enough simply to have that. To allow for more advanced ideas of structure, we allow for cross bracing. And we have that way we allow for a larger advance towards ideas of structure and how that can actually work together at large scale. This allows for a very didactic, experiential occurrence to happen for children and adults. As such, the toy, or the new toy, the Worldbuilder, allows itself to still maintain that idea of a kit of parts, but have a more advanced ideas behind it. Now, the Worldbuilder still is able to collapse down and roll up into a single tube, allowing for easy storage and carrying. I'd like to thank Shark Tank Industries for considering this proposal, and I would like to